Welcome everybody to my latest video. Now for this video, obviously we got something unexpected. And judging by what you see in front of you and by the title of the video, you know what this video is about. Now you're probably wondering why I, of all people, would get one of these. I've, seen the other cabinets and I, personally think they're crap. Just because of the low quality materials. But I will admit, I've never played one in person. I can only go by what, I've read on the internet. Now, I do admit, when the Street Fighter one came out, I did want to get it just so I can compare it to the real hardware. But I decided not to. Now, this one's a little bit different. Supposedly better quality, it's unique, and it really didn't cost me anything. I'll explain that possibly in this video or another video. I do plan to make two videos. For this one, I'm going to set it up. I'm not going to show how it's being built. There's plenty of videos already like that. But here's the thing. I think these things, people say they're quote-unquote three-quarter size arcade cabinets. And I always thought that was BS. So once I build this, I'm going to compare it next to my full-size Super Turbo cabinet. Now, you probably read the title and you were thinking I was going to compare this to an original Star Wars arcade cabinet, which if I did have, I would totally do. However, I don't have that cabinet and most likely I will never be able to get that cabinet. An original Star Wars stand-up arcade cabinet, you're looking at least $3,500 easily, if not more. $3,500 is probably on the low end. A cocktail cabinet, or not cocktail, the sit-down cabinet, you're probably looking at about $5-6 grand easily. But I wanted to see how big these things actually were to a full-size standard arcade cabinet. And I still have here my Grandmaster Challenge Dynamo cabinet. So I'll build it and we'll see how it stacks up. And that might mean I'm on video, which will be the first and probably only time you're going to see me on video. I haven't decided yet. Now I do plan to make two videos. There's this one, and I do plan to make another video if this one goes too long, and give my thoughts on, is it worth it? Is it worth your hard-earned money? Now, these things cost $500. That's right, $500 plus tax depending on where you live, and possibly plus shipping. This one I got, like I said, pretty much free, so to speak. I'll kind of explain that in one of the videos. But it was purchased from GameStop and it came with free shipping. I ordered it on Monday and it came on a Saturday. Now at GameStop, you look online and it still says my order is quote-unquote in progress. First things first, let's take a look at the box. Got some damage on the box. Hopefully there's no damage to the actual contents. If there is, it's gonna suck. But yeah, so take a look at the box here. I'm trying to kill time. It comes with Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. Now, I've always liked the Star Wars arcade cabinet. I admit the last time I played one was probably about 25 to 30 years ago. That was the last time I played a dedicated Star Wars original cabinet. Since then, I played it on MAME, using a joystick. Not that very much fun. But, yeah. We'll see how it goes, which, since I can't remember how the original is, too much, other than how it looks, my word won't mean too much. What I mean by that is, if I would have gotten the Street Fighter cabinet from Arcade 1-Up, I could totally tell you the difference between the Arcade 1-Up Super Turbo game and an original Super Turbo CPS2 game. But enough talk, so I'm going to cut here, I'm going to get it together, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I got the box open. So far everything seems good. I just want to show you the contents. So it looks like you got the main sides of the cabinet right there. You got an empty box, probably just used for cushioning. 3 boxes. Instructions. Hardware. Packaging. Not bad. Alright, so again, I'm not going to show the full build of this as far as how to build it. There are plenty of videos like that already on YouTube. Mine wouldn't be anything newer. So, now back to cutting this thing. Alright, just more waste of time. So I got the contents out of the box, or out of their individual boxes. It's pretty cool how they kind of saran wrap everything. Could look right there. Another set. There are the sides, and of course, the yoke in there. When I pull that out, I'll probably do another quick little segment just so you can see how it looks. That's the most important part. So, alright, once again, we're going to cut. Okay, so here we are. We got the flight yoke. It's actually pretty good. I mean, I'm really impressed. Now, I'm pretty sure it's smaller than the original, obviously. But the quality's not, I mean, I'd say it's good for what it is. It feels like a nice sturdy plastic. Here's the back. Now, if I remember correctly, there's a third party. Sorry if you hear like a little wind in the back. I got my ceiling fan on. But there's a third party company. I think they're called Allen One. I could be wrong. Now, they were making reproduction flight yokes. And they were selling them. Before them, there was another company. I can't remember. Geez, I can't remember the name. But yeah, they promised flight yokes. They ripped everyone off. They've been banned from pretty much everywhere. And this other company, many years later, probably about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I think, they said, you know, they're making them now. They're not the same company, you know, and it turns out they actually released their product. I think their product is probably like $300. I could be wrong. Obviously, it's bigger, made with more better quality components. But I think Arcade 1UP contacted them and went into an agreement to make smaller versions. Or they could license it or license their engineering. I don't know. All I know is they got together and this is the end product. But I'm really impressed. I really am. Alright, back to building. Alright, so you probably see nothing but darkness right now, but I'm going to turn this on. Hopefully we don't get any glare, which we probably will, but oh well. And you can just see it starting up. And there you are. Now, this took me a couple hours to build by myself. I think it shouldn't have taken that long. I had some interruptions, so, you know, think about if you're going to build it by yourself and you know what you're doing, probably about an hour and a half. But yeah, here it is. Now, you can't see the whole thing. I'm going to wait until daylight. That way I can show you what it looks like compared to my Dynamo arcade cabinet, but it's got a light up marquee, which is pretty nice. I'll give it that. So let's get some gameplay going. So let's see if I can get this here. Now, I haven't played the original arcade in I don't know how long, so don't expect any massive gameplay. I might not even know what I'm doing. Now, the cool thing is, you do got a volume switch, and you can, decide your level of volume. I do wish it was a little bit louder, but oh well. Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. I don't think we need to go to the settings. Whoa. Alright, let's see if I can do anything here. Ah. Alright, I gotta say, I am impressed. I'll give you a shot right here of what it looks like. Of course, when daylight comes, I'm going to put it next to my Super Turbo Cab, and you guys can see just how big or small it really is. Yeah, this video is probably going to be a total about 15 minutes. Who knows, maybe 20. I will make another video where I will give my opinion as to whether this cabinet, so to speak, is worth the price. But let's cut right now and let's wait till daytime. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to have to apologize in advance. The reason being, a dog that belongs to one of my neighbors has been barking non-stop for over 30 minutes. So you might be hearing this dog in the background. It is very annoying. I was hoping the dog would eventually shut the hell up, but apparently that's not going to happen. So here we are. We got the whole thing built. Like I said, this, if you know what you're doing, you should be able to get it done in about an hour and a half to 2 hours. I had no help. I did have some delays here and there. I think the hardest thing was actually getting the opposite side of the cabinet hooked up, because there's so many little prongs that you kind of got to find the right hole and stick it in. And I mean, there's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, I'd say over 2 dozen, maybe. Could be a little exaggerated. But yeah, it was just, you get one part in, then you go and try and do another part, and it would pop out. The monitor had to go in just perfectly, and it didn't quite align up with the pre-drilled holes exactly. But, nothing too concerning. So here's the cabinet right here. We're just going to go take a look all the way around. I do like the art. I will definitely give it credit for that. Sorry for the glare. Let's see if we can get rid of some of that. And that did absolutely nothing. Alright, so here's the back. There is the power cord, which actually gets connected into there. And there's that damn dog again. Just some words. And we got the other side right here. Same as the opposite side. That. And like I said before, I am really impressed with this. It's nice. It's sturdy. What I can tell you, I am impressed. It's a lot better materials than I thought it would be. There are some videos out there that say that this is T-molding. I question that severely. I do not think this is T-molding. I've seen at least one video, I can't remember by who, but it was very, pretty big channel, bigger than mine, and he swore that this was T-molding. I don't think it's T-molding. I think it's just more of a tape that's over it of some sort. I could be wrong. That's just my opinion. But yeah, it just doesn't feel like T-molding. So, this is pretty sturdy. Here's the thing. You don't really want to have little kids playing it unsupervised. The reason I say that, let's look at my dynamo cabinet here. All right, so I have a granddaughter. She comes over, and just like all little kids, they like to hang on things, try and hold themselves up on something. She'll get on this, and she'll hold, herself up by the control panel and the joysticks, her feet up off the ground. And, I'll tell her, okay, get off, don't do that. I'm not really too concerned because we got some pretty solid materials going on here. This thing, I don't even want her to, be hanging on this. And you shouldn't have your kids hanging on it either. For example, this control panel, the only thing that's keeping it attached to the cabinet are these 4 screws. That's it. So, yeah, I could see those coming off, ripping off. All in all, I'm pretty impressed. But now you guys probably want to see what this is like compared to this thing. Well, I'm going to show you. Give me 1 second. All right, so here we are. And as you can see, I have my Star Wars arcade 1-up, quote unquote, cabinet next to a real dynamo cabinet. This is the cabinet, as you can see, that I play Street Fighter on. It's my JAMA cabinet. I primarily play Grandmaster Challenge on this. And go ahead and take a look at the size difference. Now, the Star Wars cabinet, Arcade 1-up, they say, and I could be wrong, but didn't they say that their cabinets are like 3/4 size cabinets? Now, is that without the riser? Because the riser is that thing right there. It's a box that the cabinet stands on top of. You can see how small the Arcade 1 cabs are. Without that riser, there is no way that it's a 3/4 cabinet. Without that riser, I would say it's probably 50% of the size. With the riser, I wouldn't even say it's 75% of the size. Maybe 70%, I'd say 65 to 70. So there is quite a difference. Let's go ahead and take a look this way. And yeah, look at that. You cannot tell me that those are almost the same or that, it's comparable to an arcade cabinet, an authentic arcade cabinet. I'm going to do another video after this that'll give my thoughts as to whether I believe that the Star Wars Arcade 1-up is worth the $4.99 price tag. And when you take into account tax, if you have to pay that, depending on where you live, that's going to go over $500, possibly as much as $530 some dollars. Again, it depends on what your tax rate is. If you don't have taxes, sales taxes, you also have to take into account shipping. If you're lucky, you can pick this up in the store, or you might have it shipped to your house. If you don't get shipping for free, shipping can be another $20 minimum. The package is very heavy. So I wouldn't be surprised if you had to pay for shipping, if the shipping in fact was at least $45. So now we want to see what an adult sized person would, the comparison. Now here's the thing. I've seen viewers, YouTubers, they review the arcade one-up cabs, particularly like the Street Fighter 2 one. In fact, I think Justin Wong, of all people, did an endorsement for the Street Fighter cab, and I can only think they probably paid him an insane amount of money because I cannot see him actually loving the thing, and he was just head over heels for it. I could be wrong. Now, they say the cabinets are comfortable. You can fit two grown adults comfortably next to each other. They just released a Ninja Turtles cabinet where they said, and this is pretty much just what I'm going off of what I've heard. I don't know if they said it specifically, but yes, 4 adults can comfortably fit and play this game. I think that's a bunch of BS. Maybe 3 small men and a woman can play that Ninja Turtles game, but they're going to be elbow to elbow, shoulder to shoulder. Me, I'm not a giant size guy, but I'm not a small guy either. So, let's go ahead and see what the comparison is. And you know what? I told you, you're going to see me on video. It's going to be the first and probably the only time that you're going to see what your savior, your hero, the person that you live for, and the person that you can't wait to see, you're going to see Moomert 1 on video. So, here we go. Alright, so here I am. What do you think of the mask? It's almost Halloween, thought I'd get into the spirit. Anyways, you can see a real arcade machine and the arcade one-up arcade toy. That's what I'm going to call it. There is a size comparison. Personally, I think arcade one-up is leading people on to believe that the machines are bigger than they actually are. Even with the riser, I don't call this 75% size. I would say maybe 60, 65%. You be the judge. But, real machines, bigger display, toy. That's what it is. Not necessarily a bad thing, but if you're expecting to get this for the price of this, it's not going to happen. If you're expecting the quality of this to match or if you're expecting the quality of this one to match the quality of this one, it's just not going to happen. Now, there's one more thing I want to show you that you definitely need to be aware of. Okay, so here we are. I don't know if you can see me on camera. You got your arcade one-up Star Wars toy here. Now, maybe you can see back here. Maybe I'm still on camera or not. These things are big, heavy, bulky. Now, see this? One finger. Yeah. Let's try that again. One finger. Yeah. Look at that. So, that's something you need to be aware of if you're going to buy one of these things. If you have a lot of little kids and they run around the house and they crash into things, they're probably going to damage this. If they're hanging off the control panel, they're probably going to damage it. These things are not as sturdy as a real machine. So, just keep that under consideration if you're thinking of buying one of these bad boys. Still, not necessarily a bad product. I'm going to do another video. I'll give my overall opinion on if it's worth it or not. But yeah. Look at that. Pinky finger. Pinky power. Until next time.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.